Hey guys, welcome back to Ultimate SNS. I hope everyone's been having a great week. So I want to just kind of touch base with everyone and let you know, man, you need to be getting food. I know prices are getting expensive. Understand that's not going to stop. We're going to continue to see these prices increase. And if you don't start stocking up now when these prices reach too much for you to afford, understand there's a necessity in life of what you absolutely need to buy in order to be able to feed your family. And we're already seeing those prices double and triple, and most people's grocery bills have gotten larger while their grocery intake has gotten smaller. That's happening all over the world. We're seeing less availability of certain types of food. We're seeing where there's, some things that you seen on the market just 6 months ago are no longer on the shelves. But we kind of have this mentality like it's just going to go away. Understand it's not going to go away. It's going to continue to get worse. These are those labor pains we discussed in some of our other videos. People need to understand that when you come into a situation where you're seeing the supplies of your food dwindling down, the portions are getting smaller, the prices are going up, that should be a key to you that it is getting a dire moment and you need to start stocking up on that food. Stock up on your supplies as well. Go out, buy as much food as you can, get as much food as you can right now, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be sitting there and then it's going to be too expensive for you to afford what it is that your family needs if you don't do that. You have to be proactive. To me, it's really become a problem in this country, at least what it seems to me like, is that people kind of sit around and wait for the problem to get so big that it can no longer be handled. Then they sit around, well, what are we going to do? Well, when you have communities out there, and understand YouTube is a very large platform, there's a very large prepper base out there giving you the information that you need, and people choose to ignore it. And, when it comes to that situation where you no longer have food, who are you going to be trying to get the food from? Or are you going to go do whatever the government tells you to get that food? Understand the government's not there to help, they're there to control you, and that's what this is. It's a way to control the populace through the food source. That's the easiest way. It just surprises me how many people are like, well, if things get bad, they're going to try to, rely on the kindness of others. Well, you're not doing them a service if you do that, because it's being lazy. It's not being proactive. You're going out, you're doing all the stuff that you want to do, but then you think you're going to go eat somebody else's prep. So that's not right. Them type of people, they're pretty bad. But the worst of the worst is the ones who sit around and go, well, I'm just not going to worry about getting anything. I will just go out and take what I want by force. And understand when that situation happens, that's exactly what they want to happen. But some other things I think we need to discuss on this channel is, if you're getting into self-sustainability, there's more to just getting some animals and sticking them out there, feed them, and then you're done, and then you're going about your day. You need to be protecting your animals, and I'm not just talking about people that are trying to take your animals or people trying to steal your eggs or whatever. I'm talking about the predatory species that are around. So one of the things I like to do is bird watching around here. I'll try to see what kind of birds are in the area and then research them as much as possible, see what their food sources are, so that way I know if they're watching what I'm doing. And that's exactly what you have going on. So we had some red-shouldered hawks out here earlier. I was out with the binoculars checking them out, which was pretty cool to be able to see them up. But if you look at them and you're looking at the directions that they're staring at, that they're really focused in at, it's always right on the chickens, So obviously I'm not letting my chickens out while they're in the area. And now that it's winter time, you need to be aware that the species of prey that's out there, your rabbits and things like that, they might be moving around now, but they're going to slow down as it gets colder. There's going to be less game out there for your coyotes and stuff to catch, and your raccoons and stuff. So that's when they're going to look for an easy meal, and they're going to come over to your house. They're going to come to your chicken coops, and that's where they're going to get them. So if you ever looked at our chicken coop, we do have a solid door, and it can be latched. Well, that's what's going to happen over the winter time, is once all the chickens have gotten up into the coop within the run, that door closes. It is screened, so they're going to be able to breathe and all. It is not a typical screen door, though. It is a stainless steel wire, very hard, very thick wire, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about predators getting in there. But if you just leave it open, then yes, you could potentially have them climb over and to run and things like that. So that's one thing you need to be proactive and think about what it is that you're going to do to protect your own food sources as well. But I just wanted to just take a moment to remind everybody, get what food you can, guys, because things are really starting to decline very quickly. And when you have that decline in food availability, you're going to have the increase of violence and stuff, and people trying to just take what they want. People have this mentality that like everyone's just a good person. And one of the things that I looked at, recently in something I was reading. They were talking about how it's wrong for parents to teach their kids that, the world can be a cruel, dangerous place. I don't think it's wrong to do that. I think it's important that your children are aware of the truths of society and the truths of those who have absolutely zero respect for life. These are people who think that it's okay to just murder whatever they want, and then they push anything that has a moral code that pushes aside, they embrace immorality, but then they want to come up, they want to complain when there's these drastic crimes and these mass shootings and stuff like that, and they go, well, what happened? We don't understand what's going wrong. Well, it starts with your children. If you train them that life is not precious, that there is no meaning to it at all, don't be surprised when they go out and they have absolutely no regard for life. And that's what's wrong in society today. But I hope everyone's having a great week. We'll hop off here.